Okay, we're in the printmaking phase. Before you even come up here to get in line, you need to have your paper with your name and your teacher code at the bottom. When you get up here, you can flip it over so you're not printing on your name. You have your styrofoam plate, and this is your steps. You have 3 steps. Step 1, step 2, and then the paper is step 3. So when you get here, most kids, most grade levels are not going to be allowed to put the ink on there because they put too much. If you are allowed to, about a dime-sized piece of the ink, okay? And then what we're going to do is you're going to roller it. Try to get them close together here, side by side. And it's okay if they blend together. That is kind of the point. I pick colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. And this is called rainbow rolling because they will mix a little bit right in the middle. You can kind of see the colors there. It's purple because it's representing kind of like red and blue. Okay, when you hear that sizzle sound, that's good. It's spread out enough. You're going to always keep this brayer. This is called a brayer. It's a roller. When you're not using it, you're always going to put it back into the tray. You're not going to leave it out here. Okay, next you want to kind of hold down your styrofoam plate with one finger. It does get sticky, so it will kind of flop if you're not kind of holding it in one corner. You want to get all the areas. You don't want to cover it randomly. You want to keep it up and down. Okay, and that's pretty good. You don't want to put too much ink on because it will fill in your design. So everything's covered. And then I'm going to, for the third piece, you're going to turn it over, lay it down, and press. Now I would press the edges first, around the outside of the box, and then kind of press and rub in the middle. All right, and the last step is what they call pooling a print. You're revealing the print. Okay, so what I have is the white of the paper and a very good inking here because it's not really white. There's a little bit of white here. Could have been just a little bit lacking on ink right there because that's where they're meeting. Later as the ink goes on, they will not be so ghostly like, okay? More ink, not always the better because you might fill in those white areas. You can see that where it's a little thick some places. So this is trial by error. So you're not just going to do one print. You're going to do several because this is an okay print. It's pretty good. I can probably maybe try to do better. So what you're going to do is immediately go put this on the dry rack. You're going to take this to the sink if you were going to switch colors. If you're not, you want to get back in line with the same color. I think that's good. Do maybe 3 of this same color. Get back into line 3 times before you go and wash it in the sink. And when you're washing it, you have to scrub it with your hand. It's not going to clean it just by letting water hit it. You got to rub it, and then you're going to take paper towels, dry both sides really good, make sure there's no water in the little grooves. And then you may get back in line after you get a new piece of paper with your name on it. There should be no pencils or Sharpies around the inking stations.